Hello everyone. As in the previous session, we have discussed about the first type of ratio, which was liquidity ratio, and we know liquidity ratio was calculated to find out the ability of the firm to meet its short-term borrowings. Now here we will discuss the second type of ratio, which is solvency ratio. Solvency ratio is calculated to access the ability of the firm to meet its long-term liabilities. Liquidity ratio was calculated to know the ability of the firm to meet its short-term liabilities. Here solvency ratio is calculated to know the ability of the firm to meet its long-term liabilities and when they become due. So basically solvency ratios indicates how much amount has been invested by the proprietor in the business and how much amount has been received from the outside source. This is why solvency ratio is calculated. Now, there are four types of solvency ratios. First is debt equity ratio, second is total asset to debt ratio, third is proprietary ratio, and fourth is interest coverage ratio. So, we'll start with the first type of solvency ratio, which is debt equity ratio. Now, here is first type of solvency ratio, which is debt equity ratio. So, debt equity ratio basically expresses the relationship between long-term debts and shareholders fund. So long-term debts includes bank loan, mortgage loan or debentures, and shareholders funds include equity share capital, preference share capital, or we can say reserves and surplus. Debt equity ratio is calculated to ascertain the soundness of long-term financial policies of the firm. So debt equity ratio basically expresses the relationship between long-term debts and shareholders funds. As we know, long-term debts means which is to be due for a long time of period. For example, bank loan, mortgage loan, etc. And shareholders fund. Shareholders fund means the fund of shareholders who have invested in our company. It can be equity share capital, preference share capital, reserves and surplus. And why debt equity ratio is calculated? It is calculated to ascertain the soundness of long-term financial policies of the firm. Now, formula for debt equity ratio is debt equity ratio is equal to long-term debts divided by shareholders fund. Now, we can also write it as debt over equity. So, this is the formula to calculate debt equity ratio. Long-term debts upon shareholders fund, or we can write it as debt upon equity. Now, in debt equity ratio, we know it is calculated as long-term debts upon shareholders fund. So, long-term debt includes long-term borrowings or long-term provisions which mature after 1 year. Now, long-term borrowings and long-term provisions may include bank loan, mortgage loan, debentures, public deposits, loan from financial institutions. So these are some examples of long-term debts. Now, second we calculate shareholders fund. Shareholders fund may include share capital and reserves and surplus. So share capital includes equity share capital, or preference share capital, and reserves and surplus may include general reserve, securities premium, statement of P&L account, which is profit and loss account, and capital reserves. So these are some examples of share capital and reserves and surplus which is included in shareholders fund. Now shareholders fund can also be calculated as fixed asset plus working capital minus non-current liabilities. We can also calculate it as fixed assets plus working capital minus non-current liabilities, or total asset minus total debts. So shareholders fund will include share capital, reserves and surplus, and it can also be calculated by these two formulas. Now here is the another type of solvency ratio, which is total asset to debt ratio. This ratio is the variation of debt equity ratio only, and it gives the same indication as debt equity ratio. Now the formula for calculating total asset to debt ratio is total asset upon debt, or we can write it as total asset upon long term debt. Now total asset includes total assets includes non-current asset. It can be tangible asset, intangible asset, long-term investment, or we can say non-current investment, and long-term loans and advances. These all are non-current asset, or we can say fixed assets plus current assets. So fixed asset includes non-current assets and current assets, and non-current assets includes tangible assets, intangible assets, long-term investment, or we can say non-current investment, plus long-term loans and advances. Now total assets can also be calculated as shareholders fund plus total debts. Total debts can be long-term debts also. Now second is long-term debts. So long-term debts include long-term borrowings and long-term provision. Okay, so Long-term debts includes long-term borrowings and long-term provisions. Now, sometimes in the question it is also given capital employed. So we can calculate capital employed as shareholders fund plus long-term debts. And the ideal ratio for total asset to debt ratio is 1:1 or 2:1. In case of debt equity ratio, ideal ratio was 2:1. And in total asset to debt ratio, ideal ratio can be 1:1 or 2:1. So in this session we have learned what is solvency ratio, and we have learned the concept of two types of solvency ratio, debt equity ratio and total asset to debt ratio. In the next session we'll continue with some more type of solvency ratio. That's all for today. Thank you.